Hi everyone, we are going to look at factoring differences of squares when a is not 1. So the a value this time is 4 instead of 1. So the first thing I'm going to notice is that 4 is a perfect square and 49 is a perfect square. Okay, so if we make our little crisscross here, so I'm going to take the square root of each of those numbers. So 2 and 2, 7 and 7. But I have a placeholder of 0 in the middle. So my b term is actually 0b. We could put that in as a placeholder. It won't change anything. So in order to get 0 in the middle, I have to have one positive and one negative c term. Okay, so putting this all together, 2x minus 7 and 2x plus 7. And if we were to check and expand and simplify, we would get 4x squared plus 14x minus 49, and that would give us the same problem that we started with. Okay, let's check out another one. 100x squared minus 9y squared. So notice in the c position this time we have a y squared, so that changes things slightly when we're writing our final answer. So again, I'm going to start with taking the square root of 100 and the square root of 9. So 10 and 10, 3 and 3. So two brackets, one's going to be positive, one's going to be negative. So 10x plus 3y and 10x minus 3y. Okay, so we need to make sure that we include the y so that we get the y squared. All right, the next example, similar to the last one. So if I take the square root of 100 and the square root of 36, 10, 10, negative 6, and positive 6. It doesn't matter if the negative 6 or the positive 6 is in the top or the bottom. So 10x minus 6y and 10x plus 6y. The one thing that I would caution here is that there is actually still a GCF in here. So I could actually still divide each of these by 2. So if I took a 2 out here, we'd be left with 5x minus 3y. And then I could also take a 2 out here, which is 5x plus 3y. So the final answer, so I would actually multiply the 2 and the 2. So my greatest common factor is actually 4. 5x minus 3y, and then 5x plus 3y. And if we expanded and simplified to check our solution, we would end up with the 100x squared minus 36y squared. All right, we're going to look at a spicy differences of squares. This one's going to be spicy. Okay, so what I like to do for this one is I like to let x plus y represent some either letter or a symbol. So I'm going to say let x plus y equal, I'm going to use just a star. If you want to use another letter like U or V, if you're more comfortable with that, you can do that. So star squared minus 16 is basically the original problem, but I've just replaced the x plus y with the star. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and factor. So 1 and 1, 4 and negative 4. Okay, so putting it all together, we get star plus 4 and star minus 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to replace my stars with the x plus y. So we get x plus y plus 4 in the first bracket and x plus y minus 4 in the second bracket. We should always make sure we look inside those last brackets to make sure there's nothing further that we could simplify. So there's no like terms, so this is the final answer. All right, that's it for today.